Here's 30 minutes of this.
There's 30 minutes of that. Okay, well, welcome to Pardon Our Picks, where perfection is a work in progress.
Are you waiting for it to end?
Maybe. Usually it's like
my arms are getting tired.
30 seconds long.
I don't know how long it is.
I'm your host, Sam. Alongside me is the Jolly Crew. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. It's, Christmas Eve. Now, what's not to be excited about? I mean, I'm wearing this for a reason. I wonder what that is.
I don't know. You seem to be in fourth place in the picks.
First place in your heart, though.
I have to give you a second.
Maybe third or fourth?
Yeah, I think my wife, or sixth.
No. Don't count.
Wife, kid.
I'm there. That's me.
My mother?
Nope.
All right, I'll tell my 3 kids you beat them out, Brady.
Great. Thanks. That's what I want for Christmas.
All right. We are, of course, back for a holiday festive season, and we are brought to you by Aardvark Concepts Incorporated. More than just a sign shop. Check them out in Westminster for all your sign and decal needs. And in Too Deep of Maryland, check them out on 1227 at Caddy's. It's going to be a great show. And then, of course, 1231 at Twain's for the New Year's Eve show. So don't forget to check them out. It's going to be a great show. Both of them. Catch them both if you can. Speaking of catching things.
I was just about to say, at least half our active audience doesn't live in the state.
This is true.
So the people that watch, one's in North Carolina, one's in Texas, one's in Wisconsin, and one's in Washington.
And then, you never know.
4 main people that watch.
Because you never know who knows people back in Maryland, and maybe they'll be like, oh, I heard from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend about this show.
It's like the 9 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Speaking of catching things, DK Metcalf. Oh,
He didn't catch. He threw.
Well, he caught a 2-game suspension.
That's what he caught, and that's our breaking news. Because that was upheld today. Now, the interaction with the fans on the sideline, should they be allowed to interact in the way that he did?
Which side? Him or the fans?
Both.
I'll start with this. I mean, I have been a sports fan for my entire life. I was raised by, my mom, who was a diehard Orioles fan, and my dad, who was as biased of a sports guy as you could get up until the last 5 years, and now he thinks all Baltimore sports are terrible. Love you, Dad. But I am of the opinion that you should be. I paid my ticket to sit in the stands. If I want to heckle a player, I should be able to. But also, DK Metcalf, you are a multi-million-dollar professional athlete, superhuman. The things that you can do on the sports field. If you, as a grown adult who has more money in your pocket than I will ever see in my lifetime, are that offended? Now, granted, if some of the things that he is saying about, the racial slurs and things like that, I do not stand by this whatsoever. But if you are that offended that you need to go up to someone in the stands and essentially take a swipe at them, you may need some help, man. I've had some pretty terrible things said about me before, and I've never once been like, oh, I want to incur violence upon this person. Oh, okay, cool. You said some words. Grow up. That's just kind of my thing. We kind of talked about this with Spitgate earlier in the season with Jamar Chase. Just grow up.
So I agree with Brady for 90% of this. So yes, you get paid more money today than I will see in my lifetime. More than likely. You're professional. You put yourself out into the public space. You should be open to criticism. And I believe free speech. You go there, you pay the ticket, you want to jeer at a player, you want to critique a player you like, yell at a player you don't. I support that right. I also support F around and find out. I don't know what this fan said, but if you're saying something that in certain elements will get you punched, you're going to get punched. So it's kind of so, but yeah, so I get both sides of this. I don't think it should ever come down to a professional sports player like punching a fan, but it's like you go too far, then things are going to happen. I am not as good as football Jesus and saying that I've never punched someone for yelling something in my younger days when my Viking ancestry took over a little bit too much. So, but
Yeah, well, I've thrown a few haymakers in my day, quite frankly.
yeah, someone has called me in the middle of the night to go help them out.
Yes. As a much younger man, of course, it's been at least 20 years since I've thrown a punch. So, been a minute. But my thoughts, first off, DK shouldn't have been that close to the guy in the first place. He should learn to ignore him. Most people should learn to ignore people who are heckling them because that's all they want. They want to get a rise out of you. And that's exactly what happened. But I think he lured him over. They said something about he had a number 4 jersey on that had something about Steelers on. He walked over and then I guess he said something and he took a swing at him. Violence is not the answer. Somebody says something stupid, walk away. You got plenty of room. Go the F away. Go back to where you're supposed to be. As for the fan, yeah, he got hit. Well, almost. He got pretty close. If he'd have got hit, DK would have opened himself up to a lawsuit with the millions of dollars that he's making, and right now he is suspended for the next 2 games, which actually is even worse for him because not only does he lose those game salaries, he loses the guarantees on the $45 million. It's voided. It's done. He doesn't get it. So that's $45. That was a $45 million punch. Didn't even get his money's worth.
Nope, didn't even hit him.
Nope. So, guess maybe you should think about that there, DK, before you start swinging at people. Speaking of swinging, let's take a look at the swing in the standings. Me and Brady making a furious comeback to try and nip Tarek in the bud.
Yeah, Sam kind of alluded to, I'm not wearing this crown for the standings, but I am wearing the crown because I'm the only person in Pop Panel to not only make the playoff, but to make the championship game. King Football Jesus is back.
Yes, that 65-point game.
I scored 90. I scored 90.
Oh, you did? Oh, so that would have put you behind everybody but the guy you played.
Hey, you know what? I never said luck wasn't involved. I never said that I didn't get lucky. I didn't say that I definitely didn't get screwed out of a quarterback. But you know what? Found a way to win. Thanks,
Sam convinced me to put on a kicker when I'm playing for last place. So
No, you're playing for the number 1 pick. If you win this week, Tarek, you get the number 1 pick next year.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was telling you to play a kicker. I think the kicker was the difference in the game. If you wouldn't have played a kicker, I would have won.
Oh, I was playing you?
Yes. You were playing me.
Oh,
And I lost. Tarek's playing for the number 1 pick. I'm playing for the number 3 pick.
my head's sweating. Sorry, guys. I'm giving up the bit.
That's okay. You get used to it after a while. So, standings are as they are. Hopefully, by the end of the year, small chance that me and Brady don't have 100 losses.
Small chance.
Small chance. But we will see how it goes. Now, let's get to our game of the week. The Pop Panel Game of the Week. And I think this is a big one. Houston at the Chargers. The Chargers still in contention for the top.
He took his off, Nate. He took his off.
Hold on. It was right here. I'm just, more biased with mine.
The Texans, of course, also in contention for their division win as well. You can't see their record. They are 10-5.
One sec.
It's wrapped up behind that gift. There it is. So, who you got and why?
Man, this is such a good game, and this is kind of like a good antithesis to the league scheduling like divisional games like later in the season like this, like two potential division winners. Here we are a week prior to the end of the season, and both of these teams are still not only vying for seeding, but potentially winning their division. So, what do we have here? We have the LA Chargers, who Justin Herbert, he's starting to play a lot better coming back from that wrist injury. But that offensive line and now some of his one running back is day-to-day with a neck strain. While Houston has kind of not only treaded water when C.J. Stroud was out, but that defense has become essentially an offense for them. They're playing like an early 2000 style of, we just need to do enough on offense to score, a couple of points, and we know our defense is going to hold them. Justin Herbert is the most sacked quarterback in the league this year, and I think that is going to continue this week. So I am going with Houston and the strength of that defense, not giving Justin Herbert enough time to really find the open guy, if there is one, against Houston's defense.
This one's really interesting for the AFC South. They're both vying for something. The Colts had this wrapped up until Daniel Jones decided to break a tibia. So I was hoping for the Colts. This is sad for them. But this is going to be really, really, I think it's just going to be a good game. I don't have anything to add besides what Brady said. He hit all my points. I'm double checking who I've got. Come on, Yahoo, load. I've got the Chargers. So I think it's in LA.
It is in LA.
In LA, we'll give them home field advantage.
Except there is no home team in LA. It's always filled with the other team's fans.
Well, that's what happens when you have two teams in the same city.
And a fan base that doesn't care that you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, the Chargers never should have moved out of San Diego.
Right, but why move 5 minutes down the road to a different city? It's stupid.
It's more like 2 hours.
Brand new flashy stadium.
Oh no, the Chiefs are moving in the same city to a different state, so what do I know?
I mean, Kansas City. You would think Kansas, but nope, they're in Missouri.
I want them to be the Topeka Chiefs.
We'll move the Ravens to Linthicum. The Linthicum Ravens.
Yes, do it.
That one field on the corner can't meet him.
Memories. Anyway, this game comes down to defense. These are some of the top defenses in the league. They both are absolutely some of the best of the best. Which one of these quarterbacks is going to be able to overcome the opposing defense? I think the Chargers probably got the better chance to do it. But I got Houston winning this one, man. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be low scoring. I got Houston. Even with that scare last week, I got Houston winning this one.
Now, here's a strat question. Should I change my picks to what you guys have to just keep you away?
That's something you should do.
You're not going to catch Jess, so do I want to change my picks to what you guys have to just keep you where you belong?
That's a debate for when we're not on camera, so I can't potentially use defamatory words against you.
So,
and if we wind up going live next week, and if you're gone, I had nothing to do with it.
as
If
you
we
all
worked in the
know.
same building still, that would be fun. That would give you more
I'm
recourse.
not saying that there's going to be a push or anything, but
One leg injury isn't enough.
no, two.
By the way, the only one of these two that can clinch a playoff spot this week is Houston. With a win, with Indianapolis losing, or with a bunch of random teams winning.
And hey, we've seen it this year. Random teams are the ones that somehow win. Well,
Yep. But you can be rest assured, my pop people, my picks will never change. They're always the same.
I don't usually change mine either. That's a Jess thing.
it is.
All right, let's get into it. Our pop panel quick pick'ems brought to you by me right now.
Take
And
away the delay.
we don't need to see those picks at the bottom, do we? Oh, there we go.
Oh, we actually don't because we already discussed it. So I'll put it back up.
We did discuss it. However, we haven't discussed what's on the next slide. It's going to be covered by those things.
Now, before we move on from this, Washington, and Dallas set two teams not playing for anything, but I'm excited to see that because, again, they're two teams that are playing for nothing but pride. And I think that, honestly, is going to be a really exciting game because, George Pickens is still playing for a contract. You've got a bunch of guys on Washington who shouldn't be starting, but, they've been injury-riddled this entire season. So I'm excited to see who's going to step up, and I think that's going to be a close game.
I don't think it's going to be as close as you think it is. I think they're down to the third-string quarterback in D.C.
They are.
Yeah.
And you're not biased at all.
Well, yeah, I am. But also, Kansas City, just a note, both of their top two quarterbacks are out.
Also down to their third-string quarterback.
Yeah. So that's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, Denver's got something just a little. Do they have anything to play for? They have it clinched.
They
Are you still trying to get the week one bye?
Mhm.
They can clinch the division with a win and a Chargers loss. They can clinch number one seed with a win, a Chargers loss, a New England loss, a Buffalo loss, a Jacksonville loss.
So they have something to. So
they still have to.
They have nothing, and the Broncos do. So
Correct.
It should be really one-sided.
Yep.
You would hope.
You would think so.
You would
But
hope.
Kansas City
Someone's going to
can't
be
get something.
spiteful and be like, if we're not making it, we're going to do it to you.
Exactly. Somebody loves to play the spoiler. All right. Let's take a look. Me and Tarek both picked Green Bay to beat the Ravens. And I am the only one to pick Cleveland to beat Pittsburgh.
See,
I want to pick the Ravens. I really did, and I was torn on that one. It depends. Part of it depends on whether Lamar comes back. And then even if he does, part of it depends on whether or not, like, Derrick Henry will be allowed to carry the ball. What strategy they're going to use.
See, mine was the opposite with Green Bay because we all know they lost Micah Parsons, but also last week they lost Jordan Love to concussion. Malik Willis has a shoulder injury, and they have no third-string quarterback on roster. So one of those two quarterbacks is probably going to suit up and play this week, and if not, it's some guy they signed off the streets who has to pick up a playbook in 5 to 6 days. So
Jordan Love is practicing, just as a heads up.
He is practicing. That doesn't mean anything because a concussion, he could, bump his head in the locker room and get sent back to square one. But I honestly can't believe you picked Cleveland, considering, they took it to Buffalo last week, but we know Buffalo is not that good of a team this year. But they also Cleveland lost their star rookie running back to a hospital ball thrown by Shadur Sanders, and his foot and got dislocated and his leg got broken. I don't see a way where they win that game without a strong running game, and they showed that once Judkins got injured last week that their backup was not that good.
Here's the reason why. Take a look 2 picks up. I got Green Bay winning that one. Green Bay wins, Pittsburgh clinches the division.
I don't think it really matters. I think that Pittsburgh is still going to win that game, even if they're trying to lose that game.
Yeah, Cleveland in that one. It's going to happen.
And also, I'm the only one that's picked the Saints. They're on like a 3-game winning streak.
Well, the pillow fight of the week. I mean...
All right. I'll gain a game on everybody. That's cool.
Huh? That's what everybody thought when I picked Tennessee last week.
Who did they play last week?
Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a crapshoot going into it. That's a,
I had that one
move
pegged
on
from the beginning.
Yeah. I was more interested in the Pee Wee basketball game.
I don't think anybody would even consider changing anything on this list.
No, not changing, but a lot of games that have a lot of implications. As Sam alluded to, New England's still in the hunt for that number 1 seed after winning last week. Tampa Bay still potentially could win their division. Carolina still could win their division. Things like that. So it's been a crazy year, but I feel like this year, we are so late in the season, and teams are in the playoffs, but no seeding has been locked yet. It's so good.
So if Carolina wins, Tampa Bay loses, Carolina wins the division. If New England wins and Buffalo loses, New England wins their division. And then, of course, if Jacksonville wins and Houston loses, they win their division.
It's going to be good, man. Lots of good football to be played.
Seattle wins their division if they win and both the Rams and the 49ers lose.
And then, of course, all the end ties and XYZs and all that stuff in there. But we don't deal with ties in this league. Oh, wait, we do if you're a Dallas fan.
Or Green Bay. Who can also clinch if they win or Detroit loses. The only team that can catch them.
I find it funny. We used to never have ties, and then we had one, and we had that one infamous football player who was like, I don't even know we could end in a tie. And then all of a sudden, we're getting ties on the regular. There's been more ties since that statement than there was before.
Poop happens.
Yep.
Poop happens. I'm surprised that nobody picked Chicago. They're still in contention for that division, yeah?
Yeah, they're currently leading their division.
Yeah.
They win the division if they win, or Green Bay loses.
That makes it even more surprising. I thought me picking San Fran was going to be more of a wild card.
I figured it'd be close.
Especially if Kim doesn't play.
In all honesty, trying to pick these quick, I just went with whoever was green on Yahoo. So...
Oh, you went chalk. We're going to go back.
I went chalk on that.
And then, there's another pillow fight between who's going to get the number 1 pick.
This is the pillow fight. I don't think the other one is as much of a pillow fight as this one.
Which means the Raiders will probably win because they'll do anything to sabotage that fan base seeing good football being played.
Yep.
And my in-laws hate them there. My in-laws live in Vegas, and they're like, why? They came here and then sucked.
Because the Chargers would never move there.
And I could do a 15-minute expose on how to fix the Raiders franchise, and we don't have time for that. But they'll probably wind up winning that game, so they don't get the number 1 pick. Then when they do get the number 1 pick, they'll probably pick a guy that was projected to go in the 7th round out of Long State, Eastern Kentucky, of Texas as a punter or something.
Well, number 1 on your list of ways to fix them is probably get rid of Mark Davis.
Well, true, yeah. I was going to say, with the team itself, but yes, getting rid of Mark Davis would start.
Yeah. I'm surprised he can even stand the sun out there.
Yeah, it's true. He has a vampire-like skin.
I'm pretty sure he has somebody hired to just walk around with a parasol the entire day.
Just constantly has one dude walking behind him with sprayable sunblock on, just constantly spraying him and just reloads.
They invented SPF 200 just for him.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been out there in the summer. It is rough.
And nobody believes that Philadelphia is going to beat Buffalo.
No.
Weird, considering Buffalo almost lost to what was it? Who was it last week? Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that shows how bad Philadelphia is.
Yeah, and we've again, this is like the 4th week in a row where I feel like we've all talked about Philadelphia not living up to their, championship pedigree, and realistically, that they don't, because they're only playing for seeding, right? Like if Philly still has an outside shot of getting like the 2 seed.
Yeah, which isn't a bye anyway. So.
Yeah, so I could see them just being like, okay, we played for quarter and a half, like we're good. You guys have this one.
Yeah, I can see that too.
All right, thank you, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We hope you guys have a Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. Stay safe this holiday season. Click like, click subscribe so you know when our next video is. Probably at the same time because similar holiday type schedule next week.
Sure.
And I'm not going to want to do this on New Year's Eve. Click in the description below. We got links to Brady and his dad's book. We have our Facebook group. Join the discussion. I think that's about it. Until next week, I'm Tarek.
I'm unwell.
And I'm Sam. And you have a happy Saturnalia and football week.
Happy Festivus, y'all.